Hello there, my name is Eyokeme and this is the CIA corner here on TAF TV. Now let's talk about the underage students not being allowed to write WAEC, JAM and the likes of it, and every professional, should I say, professional exams in our dearest nation, Nigeria. Now our federal government, now picking it from the angle of federal government, the Minister of Education, Professor Maman, stated it emphatically that this is not a new law. That is actually surprised that the NUT, that's the Nigerian Union of Teachers, are coming out to debunk that decision, to debunk the ban against underage students writing WAEC and the likes of it. Now, he stated it that this is not like a new decision, that this is only a reminder that this law has been there, that underage students are not permitted to write exams like the WAEC, the JAM, and NECO in our dearest nation, Nigeria. Now, in his words exactly, he said, of late we have had a lot of underage graduates in our tertiary institutions. You can actually see a full-blown graduate at the age of 18, 19, and 20. That is not supposed to be like that. Now, also in his words, he stated that a child is expected to be in primary 1 at age 6. Then a child is supposed to be in primary 1 at age 6, junior secondary at age 12, then spend another 3 years in senior secondary. Then at age 17, you're expected to be in SS3. Now, according to him, you're not expected to write WAEC, JAM, and the likes of it when you're not up to 18 years in our dearest nation, Nigeria. That this is only a reminder, just like I earlier said, that this is only a reminder. It is not like a new rule. But from the angle of the NUT, that the Nigerian Union of Teachers, the spokesperson to the NUT actually said, that Dr. Mike Ernest stated it that for this particular decision to actually take place, that is the ban against the underage student from writing exams, for it to actually take effect in our dearest nation, Nigeria, they should have actually started it from the foundation. That it is not fair in our age now, we have things like crèche. It wasn't there before now. That they should also consider exceptional students. They also made illustrations that back in the days, for a child to be admitted into the primary school, the child will have to undergo a test, a height test, in his words exactly. If his hands doesn't reach a particular height on his head, he will not be admitted, he will be sent home. Now, for this particular decision of underage students not writing exams to actually take place, they should also tackle it from the foundation of education. They should not just make decisions that will get to affect the educational system of our dearest nation, Nigeria. Now, lastly, Mr. Ene also stated that they are exceptional students, and the federal government should also remember that they are students that are currently 16 years old in SS3. How do they expect these students to spend extra 2 years in their house just waiting to get to 18 years of age in order to write WAEC, JAM, and the likes of it? That they should also put the students into consideration that they are exceptional students. Now, just like I earlier said, from the angle of the federal government, they are stating that this is not like a new law. This is not like a new rule. This is not something they just woke up one morning and decide to implement. It has been there. Most universities across our dearest nation, Nigeria, have actually accepted it. Even JAM have actually said that, okay, come next admission, they would not allow any underage student. That is, if you're below 18, you will not be allowed to write JAM the next time they will be conducting it. That all tertiary institutions, according to the Minister of Education, have actually affirmed to this particular ban. Now, looking at this issue critically, generally, I must say, this is a good decision coming from the angle of the federal government having to ban the underage students from writing WAEC and the likes of it. Because of late, just like what the minister said, we have had a lot of underage graduates in our dearest nation, Nigeria. Now, looking at this particular ban generally, it is actually good. It has an advantage and also has some level of disadvantage, because if students are allowed to, give them a space of 1 year to stay at home before having to write JAM and the likes of it, most of them may actually lose intellect, I must confess, because most students will not be able to go back to their books after 1 year. Now, that is the part of disadvantage. Now, looking at it from the angle of advantage now, just like what the federal government are actually pointing out, that most students can actually, in the space of that 1 year, acquire a skill. Now, it is no longer news that in our dearest nation, Nigeria, your educational papers cannot put good food on your table. That is the more reason why most educated Nigerians have actually acquired a lot of skills. That is picking it from the angle of entrepreneurial skills. Now, if students are given a span of 1 year to actually sit at home and acquire a good skill before stepping into the university, it will actually add a lot of value so that we will not have a lot of undergraduates not having what to do. So this is actually a very good idea, having to place an age limit to admission, because just like I earlier said, it will actually curtail the rate of unemployment. That is, if we are looking at it from that particular angle. All right, that's all we'll be taking regarding the headlines that are making round this very day. Is it very good for our federal government to place a ban on our students? If you're under 18, you're not expected to write JAM and the likes of it. You're not permitted to step into tertiary institution. Or is it very okay that, just like what the Nigerian Union of Teachers are saying, that this is not good, they should have actually tackled it from the foundation? Now let's see your reactions regarding these particular headlines. My name is Ayo Keme, and this has been the CIA Corner here on TAF TV. Do well to take care of yourself.